what is going on with our cows. This is a problem that cows, every size, every shape, could face this problem. This simple fix will avoid you big expensive vet bills, sick cows. It'll actually extend your cow's life. We're gonna talk about that in this video. In recent studies, always lead with the studies.
People love studies.
Recent studies in the United States found that after lactation, dairy cow herds had like 15% of the cows in the herd. In the UK, one study found 30 to 60% of cows. So this can be a really big problem.
It's an easy fix. For $15 a cow, it could save you hundreds.
Lameness. For as little as $15. You can take a lame cow and make it not so lame.
Make it cool.
Why are you so lame? The sad truth is, production agriculture causes cows to be super lame. She limits me to one Sarah McLachlan joke a year.
I don't
This
know.
one was worth the payoff.
Every 5 years, maybe. Cows walk on essentially their toes, and that's a lot of weight on such a small area. It's really important for the health of your cow, for her productivity, for her lifespan, to make sure you really take care of those 4 feet. It's very, very important. Luna says it's very important. Luna loves a pedicure. That's a lie. Luna hates
Why?
it. But
Why
she needs it. It's complicated because there's a lot of factors that go into the foot health of your cows. There's genetics.
Right, starting off with a cow who's got good feet.
Yeah, there's conditions. Are they on concrete? That'll make them have soft feet. Less soft feet if they're out there in the fields. If they're a dairy cow, they'll be more prone to this issue because the white feet will grow faster than dark hooves. And nutrition. So we're giving our dairy cows for their milk production a higher protein, which is going to make those hooves grow faster too.
Our yearly cow
Trim.
pedicure, professional cow tipper visit is just one of the ways that we make sure our girls have good healthy feet and are ready to go out in the pastures. Because foot problems can go from this $15 little simple fix to hundreds of dollars.
Just recently we had an issue with our Guernsey where because we're at a new place, she was a little stressed out, and even with the proper foot care she got at the dairy, she came here and developed some foot issues. So getting the vet out here to have him look at that cost hundreds of dollars. It really is something that if you keep up on, you can catch problems earlier, so it'll be less of a problem later.
It literally will save you money on vet bills. They'll produce more milk.
They'll even live longer because some of these problems can become so bad that the quality of life that the cow has is non-existent. Good all around.
So if you don't have somebody, ask your local dairy. Find a local dairy and ask them who do they use for hoof care.
Yes. Bonus, if you're close to that dairy, the hoof trimmer can stop by your house on his way home from doing that dairy's cows and come and do your 1 or 2 cows that you have.
So generally the cost per cow is not so high. Our guy charges $15 per cow, which, you know, just a small amount of money per animal to avoid much bigger, much more expensive problems.
One thing I look at, see how she's twisting that leg out?
Yeah.
That means, sorry sweetheart, the inside toe needs to be trimmed more, which will rotate her leg back in the other way. And, you know, they're just long.
She should look maybe to us like she's walking on her
She should look
tiptoes,
more
right?
like she's up on her tiptoes. Yeah. They should have a deeper heel and a shorter toe.
Shorter toe. Is it you just do dairy cows?
No, I do beef cows, show cows. I've trimmed a donkey or 2.
So all cows could need it.
All cows potentially need it. Typically with beef cows, it's only if they have a sore foot. Most of the time they don't get their feet trimmed just to get trimmed. But every cow's different, so every cow's feet are going to grow different. Typically with the big dairy farms, they feed the cows to produce more milk, but the extra nutrients in the feed also make the feet grow more. Plus, those cows typically are on concrete all the time, which doesn't wear the feet off like going out in the pasture.
Which surprises me.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with because the concrete's always wet. I think if it was dry, the concrete would be more abrasive.
Okay.
It's in typical freestall barns, it's wet and slippery. They just grow out of control.
Our hoof guy Justin is here today. If you're looking for a hoof guy in Western PA, contact us and we'll get you a hold of Justin. He's right now taking care of Honeybee. I think we got a good shot there of her.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
As you can see, her front feet aren't turned out as bad as they were before. They did turn in some. They're a lot shorter than they were, so it looks more like she's up on her tiptoes.
Luna we had to handle a little bit different today because she is so far along in pregnancy.
I don't think she would stand for my grinder.
Yeah. I don't think so.
The only other thing I have is a knife, so I don't really know how much I'd be able to do. Hey, sweetheart. All right.
So how often a year, Justin? What's your recommendation?
Production in dairy cows is typically twice per lactation, like once before they get dried off and then once in the middle of their lactation. For your guys, they get some time out on pasture. They might not need it done quite as often. I think once a year seems to be doing pretty good here. The wheel I'm using to do this, it's actually a titanium wheel. It has 3 carbide blades on it. And it makes a mess out of a guy's hand if it hits it. That's why when the cow jerks, I pull my hand back. It makes a mess.
I bet. Oh man. That's cool. Is that like a special?
It's made just for this.
For hoofs, yeah.
Like I said, it'll chew up a guy's thumb.
Oh man. That looked like a bad day at the office.
That's why when the cows jerk, I pull my hands
I
back.
thought you totally.
Ask me how I know, right?
Yeah. Learn from experience. Yeah.
So what's the danger, Justin, if you don't do this once a year? What can happen to your cows?
The longer the toes get, the more brittle they get. So they can, if they get too long, they can break off. And typically when they break off, it's like if you break a fingernail, it breaks too short and then it's painful. If they grow faster this way than that way, this sidewall can roll underneath,
Oh man.
and it can cause a pressure point on the bottom of their foot, which will cause a lesion. So it's always better just to do some preventative maintenance and get them touched up.
If someone can't find a hoof guide, Justin, is something anything they can do on their farm or their homestead to help this?
Well, keeping your cows out on pasture will certainly help naturally wear them down. You could try to trim them yourself. I mean, it's hard to control the cow, but you could certainly use a chisel or buy a set of hoof nippers and clip them back yourself. I think you even looked into using the chisel at one time, didn't you? I trim rodeo bulls too, and we have to do them the same way.
Oh man, rodeo bulls, that's got to be fun.
It can be exciting. It can be a rodeo.
So, in your opinion, are my cows your favorite?
Well, they're definitely easy to work with, which makes them my favorite, yes.
We got proof.
You heard
On
it, you heard
YouTube.
it first.
Mini jerseys. Justin's official
I
favorite.
love that the mini ones don't even work with the straps. He's got to get the rope out. For
Yeah.
Her legs won't even reach.
I didn't know if Honeybee was going to fit her head over the top. I keep telling Justin there's big cow foot YouTube channels. He's got to start a YouTube channel.
We'll get told that like 40 times in this video. Check out the hoof.
Oh yeah, man.
We've heard of it.
We've heard of the Hoof GP. We know. That channel's huge.
Even Justin has seen the hoof.
Even Justin. Never on YouTube, Justin.
Our Luna we had to handle a little bit different today because she is so far along in pregnancy. We didn't want to tip her and jostle things around too much. A pregnant cow has a whole nother host of health concerns, things that you need to be aware of. We actually did a great interview with a vet, Cody Creelman, who was a beef vet, all about how to care for your pregnant cows leading up to labor and then labor and delivery. You can check that video out right here. Or is it here? Where's the video? It's there.
Here, I think.